Alrighty, hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I've been gone for a million years. Uh, anyway, I am the Fearsome Gamer and I'm back with another reaction after all these years. This one comes as a request from a friend of mine. I think it's a new song. Yeah, it's just 6 days ago. So I might be butchering this name, I don't know. Iyah May. I mean, May should be simple enough. Iyah, I'm not sure. We're gonna go with Iyah. I think I have heard another song by her. I'm pretty sure. But this one is new, so it looks like it's just audio. And I believe I've seen the lyrics in the comments. Which I wish all artists would do, by the way. A little sub note. Because I have a hard time making out lyrics. I don't know why. They can be the clearest thing in the world, and I have a hard time with it sometimes. Everyone else would be like, what are you talking about? It's obvious. But I have a hard time with lyrics. I don't know, something about the music with the words blended in, like, sometimes it's hard to tell what they're saying. But anyway, this, it looks like it's going to be a good song. We're just going to dive right into it. I plan on just going through the song and then I'll go through the lyrics. I think is my plan. So let's just get into it. Whoa, it's almost 5 minutes. Holy. I thought it was a short song. Alrighty then. Here we go.
Are you a Nazi? Are you a piece? You're just a citizen, and you're still on a leash. It doesn't matter which thing you choose, at the end of the game you lose. You're just a chess piece and a pawn for the Raiders. Keep up the pawn, keep up the cans, keep up the wall. Keep up the revs, keep up the dance, giving them more. Stay silent, stay violent, stay plugged in and divided. Cool, now let's get rid of the cash. Digital ID and let's turn out the dash. Mr. Teal, Mr. Anderson, they want us with the blue pill and they tell us before they do it in the movies like it ain't real. Billy Gates, he makes a profit off disease. Buys up all the farms and pay is what we eat. Him and Pfizer got $1 trillion dream. You can go under parlay the elites. So they killed Charlie and they killed Marley, both the Kennedys and Marilyn. They killed Diana and they killed Jackson. We are their legacy, this is the anthem. Stay silent, stay violent, stay plugged in and divided. Bombs drop from heaven just like hail. Drag your own through the mud, well done Israel. When the altar and a ballot and a barrel shooting me, cleanse the country, kill the children, Mr. Baby, how do you sleep? This isn't a willing retreat. Strings are on the thread. Burn our souls to power the machine.
Goosebumps.
Thread.
Black Rock, Starmer, I've still got Starmer.
Volunteer watches like horse, and Black Rock is back to its core. Funding the digital war, Starmer like Judas and Tor. Now be a good civilian, while the folks on the hill keep making millions. Keep up the pawn, keep up the cans, keep up the wall. Keep up the revs, keep up the dance, giving them more. Stay silent, stay violent, stay plugged in and
surface. Once you glimpse the truth behind the polite illusion, you are faced with a terrible choice. Do you speak or do you remain silent? If you speak, you disturb the dream. If you stay silent, you disturb your soul. This is not a simple dilemma. It's an ancient tension between truth and belonging, between authenticity and acceptance. When you speak, when you dare to name what others deny, you risk being cast out. And not always gently.
What was that speech at the end? That sounds familiar, but I don't think I've heard it. I don't think I have, but it sounded familiar for some reason. I couldn't make out all what he said, but it sounded something like, when you realize it's a dream, what do you do? Like if you speak out, you risk waking up. If you don't, you risk harming your soul or something like that. And talking about how, like when you speak out, you risk being cast out, and not always gently. Yeah. That's crazy. This song, I'm remotely surprised it's still on. I'm gonna be honest. 6 days, it's still on YouTube. Kind of shocking. Because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, she said some things in here. Okay, let's go through. Oh, you're a Nazi. Oh, you want peace. You're just a citizen. You're still on a leash. It doesn't matter which team you choose. At the end of the game, you lose. You're just a chess piece on a board full of Vaders. Yeah, see, I didn't make that out. And I didn't make out most of this either. Keep up the porn. Keep up the chems. Keep up the war. The war was obvious. Keep up the reps, keep up the dims. I didn't make that out either. Giving them more. Like some of it I could kind of make out, but I couldn't make out everything she said. Stay silent, stay violent, stay plugged in and divided. Yeah. Cool. Now let's get rid of the cash, digital ID. Let's turn up the tax. Mr. Theo and this part killed me. Mr. Theo and Mr. Anderson, they warned us with the blue pill, and they tell us before they do it in the movie is like it ain't real. Yeah. Oh my God. I can't count how many times and how many people I've told that you've got to watch The Matrix. You've got to. It's not a matter of whether it's a good movie or not. It's like a prerequisite for life. At least in this life until we get rid of the Matrix. The Matrix is a documentary. Changed my mind. So, anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, Billy Gates, he makes a profit off disease. How many people didn't believe that? How many people still don't believe that? Are you still out there believing that Bill Gates is fighting for everybody's health? You let me know. You let me know how you feel about that. Do you think Bill Gates has everybody's back? Buys up the farms and patents what we eat. Him and Pfizer got a $1 trillion dream. Whoo boy, did they. You can go and depopulate the elites. Yeah. You know, here's the problem with that. Now, I know like a lot of people like to bunch in, well, here's the thing that I do believe Charlie said it too. Yeah, I believe I haven't watched everything he did, but I believe there was a speech where he was talking about that, about how, because somebody said something similar about how they just kind of lumped in all the elites as like just these terrible people. And he was like, well, I'm rich too, and I'm not a terrible person, you know. And it's like there are some very rich and powerful people who aren't necessarily terrible. And I do believe that. I believe that because here's the thing: if they were all terrible, I think we would have a much different world. I think because there is somewhat of a balance between the power, that's the reason why we're even as good of shape in as good of shape as we are, if you can call it good shape. But I mean, like, it would be a much worse place. It'd be a much worse world if all the people in power were terrible. Put it that way. I mean, at that point, where's the resistance? You wouldn't have any. It's the powerful people who are actually at least somewhat decent that keep the others in check. They all are like chess pieces, as she mentioned on the board. So you have chess pieces. They're all kind of keeping each other in check, and they have to keep moving, trying to stay out of check. That's how I look at it. Although these days, I think it's more like we've already got checkmate, but you can't just wipe the board clean just yet, if that makes sense. Like, it's too entrenched, it's too far gone for you to wipe the slate clean. You have to do it in pieces. Think of it as repairing a giant bridge. You can't just do it all at once because you won't have any traffic. You can't get through. So you have to repair that bridge part at a time in order to keep it open, right? In order to keep the world moving, we have to repair what was terrible about the world piece by piece. All right, anyway, I got way off on a tangent there. Yeah, you can depopulate the elite. So they killed Charlie, and they killed Marley. Bob Marley? I might have to look into this one, because I don't know if that's who she's talking about. I don't know a lot about him, and why would they have killed him? I don't know. The rest are a given. Both the Kennedys in Maryland, they killed Diana and they killed Jackson. Oh my gosh. I honestly don't doubt any of that. We are their legacy. This is their anthem. Stay silent, stay violent, stay plugged in and divided. This is probably the hardest hitting part of the song for me. Bombs drop from heaven just like hail. Dragged your own through the mud. Well done, Israel. Wow. This part in particular, I don't know how she's still on YouTube. I really don't. When the altar and the ballot and the barrel shouldn't meet, cleanse the country, kill the children, Mr. Beebe, how do you sleep? I take this a couple of different ways. I think the obvious way is like, well, how do you sleep with the terrible things that you've done? And then there's, if you know, you know. There's how do you sleep because you know they don't sleep very well. For various other reasons. This is an Orwellian wet dream. Puppet strings are under... Okay, I was close. I wasn't quite sure what she was saying there. I was like, something about the strings are under threat or something. Yeah, puppet strings are under threat. Burn our souls to power the machine. Puppet strings are under threat. You know what? This part right here, burn the souls to power the machine. I have heard some crazy stuff. And it makes me wonder if she has heard it too. Because, yeah, anyway, I won't dive too deep into that one. Anyway, puppet strings are under threat. Can kill my flesh, not my spirit. Oh, puppet strings are under threat. Are you a wolf in a world full of sheep? Puppet strings are under threat. Palantir watch us like hawks, and BlackRock is black to its core. Funding the digital war, Starmer like Judas on tour. Whew. Now be a good civilian while the folks on the hill keep making billions. I wish she would have put the words to the speech at the end of it in here too. Because I'm curious about that speech. If anybody knows, let me know. Because I want to know what that speech was. It sounded familiar, but I really don't feel like I have heard it before. But it's like one of those things where, like, even if you've never heard it or seen it before, it feels familiar to you. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, this was pretty something. Now, I will say, here's the thing, and this is probably why she's still on YouTube, right? While she does kind of come after a lot of people on this, and she's kind of like coming out and saying, like, look, this isn't about a your side and my side. This is about a power side and no power side, basically. She's like focused basically more on the elites, less on each other, which is a good idea. But at the same time, like, she's not actually coming right out and saying what these people are doing or have done. She's not making any like real solid claims, right? Like, yeah, she's not coming out and pinning certain crimes or things on them. That's why I think she'll probably get away with this song, yeah. While she is kind of like pointing some fingers, she's not necessarily saying, you know, these people did such and such, you know, they're terrible. You know, she's just saying, like, if you want to look at somebody responsible for a lot of these things, look in this direction. That's basically what she's saying. Like, stop looking at each other. Look at that direction. Worry more about that. Which, you know, I can get behind. But I do still say, I think that there are two sides to that story too. I don't think it's all of them against all of us. I think it's more like there are some of them that are on our side, and that's why we have a fighting chance. Because let's face it, if they were like everybody that had all the power, every single one of them were all in one big group, and they were all getting along great, they all had the same goals and the same beliefs and everything, and it was all like focused on controlling the world, yeah, we're done. You can't really do anything about that. You really can't. So part of me has to believe that there is good in them too. You know, and I think the evidence of that is, like I said, I think this world would be a much different place if that wasn't true. If they were all just these evil people. Now, you could make an argument as to whether or not, well, I'll say, as to why they're good. I will say, yeah, it could be that some of them are even doing good things because they don't have any other choice. You could say that. And I think I'm inclined to believe that to be the case for some of them. I think some of them, we'll just say, have been caught red-handed, and they're doing things for the good now. Not necessarily because they want to, but because it's basically that or all their bad stuff comes out. It's basically they're being manipulated just like they always have been, only they're being manipulated for the good now. Something to that effect, we'll say. Anyways, that's pretty much all I had to say about this song. It got me off on a massive rant as usual. It was a good song. I do actually like the song itself as well as the message. So it was pretty good. I will probably have to check out some more from her. I don't know how many songs she has, but I see she's advertising Carmageddon here. That sounds interesting. I could imagine what that's about. Anyway, I will see you all in the next reaction. Good night, everybody.